need to find 3 million quid. We are buying so much at the moment, but we're just running out of funds here, there and everywhere.
That
and just...
property can be a real roller coaster.
But then when we went up to the penthouse, he was like sold completely. He loved it, he's taken the room. The biggest room gone, great result.
After a year, I've now just been granted an easement.
So we're on site today. We're going to check the progress on this build at Selborne Road project. Guys have said they've made good progress, so we're going to have a look. Also got the fire engineer coming out. He's going to make sure that the project conforms to building regs and that the local Kent Fire and Rescue are going to be happy with the design of the building from a fire perspective.
Run it up. She liked me better when I was coming up. Nowadays we don't do a lot, but I...
So we're just on site, we just walked around with the builder. They've got the loft up, AOV in, roof on. It's looking great, but we missed a trick here. We do all of our loft conversions under bit development, and there's like a maximum cubic volume you're allowed. And if you look here, the ceiling height here is massive. If we'd have dropped this down a little bit more, we would have reduced the overall cubic volume, and then we would have been allowed to push out the loft in the rear to make that bedroom a little bit larger. So, for the next one.
Both of us had stuff to adjust. Growing pains, I was making waves in the studio, not drunk in the club. Overseas tours, budgeting funds, not getting paid.
So we just viewed the property, seen our area. It's not one of ours, it's someone, the landlord, has come to us for lettings management. However, we have noticed a bit of an issue. So this is a bedroom we're in at the moment, and inside this cupboard, you might have to just poke the camera over the top, but inside this cupboard is the cylinder and the boiler. Why is that a problem? Well, because only this room has access to the boiler, and then any time there's an issue with the boiler, we're going to have to gain access so the tenants can top up the pressure, etc. And normally all the properties need topping up at least like once, maybe twice a year. So yeah, bit of an issue. We'll have a look.
That was the property.
Yeah, it's not our spec, so we need to go away, make sure we're okay with managing this property, and then we need to get back to the landlord with how much we think each room's going to achieve, set out our contract and our terms. Hopefully it comes on board. It'd be lovely to have an A&E board outside here, right on the main road to the high street, to join all the other roads together. Yeah, awesome. My goal this year is to find £3 million investment in total. So that's where I want to get to.
Literally, I've got a paper in front of me. So I'm trying to get this deal negotiated for 20 million. An investor wants heaven and earth in return. And I'm trying to bring two parties together.
I can go to 20, but I need some preloading time. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, awesome. And then we can sort something out and look after you as well.
Oh, no worries. Thank you. Take care.
Lovely. Cheers, Adil.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So we're just eating lunch. Accountant calls me. He's doing the end of year books, and I just had a little idea. I was like, we need to find 3 million quid. We are buying so much at the moment, but we're just running out of funds here, there, and everywhere. And there's just all these deals around us, and we're attracting them to us, and we just need to find the money to buy them. Asked the accountant, I said, do you know anyone that's got like multiples of millions sitting in the bank? I can give you an introduction fee. They can introduce the money into our business. We can go and purchase the property, do the deals, and then pay them back an interest rate. And as you heard, he's doing a deal for 20 million, and I feel like I didn't ask for enough because I only asked for 3. Hopefully something comes off of it. So we've just come from road opposite basically. Landlord has just finished a HMO and someone mentioned our names to him. We went to have a look. There's no TVs in the rooms, using heat pump tumble dryers that take forever to dry clothes. We're not interested in managing that. If he can change some of them things, I'll take it on, but it's not part of our brand. We want luxury rooms. And now we're at Gordon Road and we are emptying all the cupboards, getting ready for the tenants to move in. We also need to finish a couple of reels that we've done for Instagram, and we're gonna produce a Matterport video. And a Matterport is like you put your phone on like a tripod and then it like spins around and takes like a 360 view, so then people can like click between the rooms and view the property without even coming out. So it's really good because you can like send it to someone and say, oh, check out bedroom 2, that's the room that's available and it's this much, and they can look at it before they even come out, make sure they're happy with the site and the rest of the house. Then you can then show them in person and sign them up and get them to take the room.
So we've got one viewing today?
Yeah, we got 2 viewings accidentally. Calls came in and we're like, yeah, great. I was trying to push them somewhere else, but then they said I'm a gym freak, etc, etc. I was like, perfect. because we got a gym in the garden here, you might as well come. Oh, actually, this is him. Hello? Oh, cool. Perfect. I'll come to the door now. Yeah, number 4. Yeah, we've got the sign outside A&E property. Perfect. Cheers, mate.
So how did those viewings go?
How do you think they went, mate? I mean, look at the place. They come in, first viewing came in, looked at all the rooms, got to the penthouse. He was like, oh, is this... Before we got to the penthouse, whoa, rewind. Before we got to the penthouse, we got to room 6. And he was like, this is the nicest room ever. Like, he was loving it up. And he was like, this is not the largest room. And he was like, what? It's not the largest room. He was like, yeah, you need to come and see the penthouse. So we're like, walk up the stairs. And I'm like, yeah, that's the bathroom for the off-suite. Because at this point, I couldn't work out if you wanted the cheaper room or where he wanted to go. And then when we got upstairs, he started talking about furniture that he wanted to put in the room. And I was like, this is the room. He's going to take this room. He took the room. He loved it. He absolutely... You know what's nice is when you do a viewing and you're providing such a great product and the customer appreciates the product. And he was like, I can see all the interior design you've put into this. Like, it was just like really like a humbling experience. Like, it just felt really good. We're providing really good housing and our customers are also telling us that they love this product. It's amazing. So at first I thought he was going to take the cheaper room with the off-suite. But then when we went up to the penthouse, he was like sold completely. So the off-suite was like 800 a month and the penthouse was 1150. So I didn't expect him to jump to that, but he loved it. He's taken the room, the biggest room gone. That is a great result.
So I'm on my way to networking this evening, probably be quite a late one. It normally is. It's my local networking event, Kent Property Meet. And I like going because I like building the relationships, I like meeting new people, building upon relationships that I've already got, seeing what everyone's up to. Really good for sharing knowledge as well. And I always come away with a few golden nuggets, and it can be the tiniest bit of information, which is the final piece in the puzzle of what you're looking for. You may be able to find deals easier. You might be able to come up with a better strategy on what you're going to do moving forward. And it could just be that tiny little bit of information which is the key to that. So really looking forward to it. Let's see how we get on. So just had a very good network meeting, learned a hell of a lot of stuff. I was debating whether to go or not initially, felt quite tired, and I knew that it's going to be a late one, but I know how powerful networking is. Learned some really interesting stuff with planning which I didn't know. That's going to be very beneficial for myself moving forwards. It also means that I can now spot deals which otherwise I may have passed up, not knowing that they're deals. But also importantly, the power of network. Some people know me within the network, know that I'm reputable in what I do. Someone was looking to invest funds and they recommended speaking to me. The guy then spoke to me and he's now looking to invest with me. He said he has readily available cash and he's coming to view some of our live projects tomorrow. So if I didn't go, that would never have happened. As you can see, it's quite dark now. It's 11:30, so it is a late one. Worth it in the end. Learned a lot. Built some connections, reaffirmed some relationships that I already had as well. So great one. So just going to one of our projects, meeting up with one of our investors that have been investing for quite some time. Just going to show her around, show her where her money's going, what we're up to, and a nice little catch up at the same time. And then we are meeting with a guy that I met at networking last night who's also interested in investing. So going to show him some of our projects, show him what sort of rooms we create and show him what we're about, and hopefully we can start working together, which will be great.
We got on site today, was measuring out the floor layout of this room, and again the architect has measured 4.6 metres in length, and I was like, this is not 4.6, this is like 3.3. So it threw the whole room off. So originally where you're standing is actually where the shower was going to be, but now we've like completely changed the room. So now there's a bed where you're standing, the TV on the wall above the stairs. This is going to be like built-in drawers, a kitchenette across here, P-shaped bathroom, and then the bathroom off suite for the other room through there. And it actually worked out a lot better layout. So looking forward to see this one done. It might be good if communicate with Sam the changes if we need to, because obviously I'm submitting Sam's structural drawings, and it'll be good moving forward. And then this room is then moving forward, right?
Okay, we've got to have a gap there. My take on it is probably we will move them all there, but
yeah,
can we step the door back and leave the door open? Whatever this space will be in the room.
Just make this like this.
Yeah, put a dog leg on it, but the door would be back here as opposed to here, because here, time you get a post in there.
The post?
Yeah, the time you get a post there and the door there.
Yeah.
Well, we're just doing stuff as we haven't got the road, so it works in there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. I'm not got an issue with that. Yeah. I mean, moving this doesn't make any difference anyway, right? So the actual room.
It just
Well,
actually opening the door into the room.
The door, I would say leave this as a cupboard, so you'll have a cupboard from that side to there.
Yeah, this has got to move. Some of this has got to move already, though. Yeah. So maybe we just move the door back a little bit, but not like up to here. We just bring the door to like here.
Yeah. It's at 400 maybe. I would be happy.
So we shift it back a little bit, but not like, yeah, because I'll also it's still quite tight there. Like when you're standing there,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you moved it back to where it is there now, you'd have a full wardrobe or a couple of spaces in there. If it's sort of half.
What's going here at the moment?
Close to half.
Solved upstairs with the layout issues. Rearrange that room. That room's going to be a lot nicer now. I was really worried about it. It's a little bit tight on there, especially with that off suite being in that main part of the loft. All done. We're now coming out. We're going to go to another site now. But I've just come out and I've seen the builder is doing the old my van's broken down trick to stop getting a parking ticket. Look. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh no, bless her. Yeah, no, I've got two other young girls as well, so I fully understand. Yes, we are still looking for investment. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is the investor that's in Milan?
Yes, of course, that's right. Because I had this morning a great conversation with my client.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have this personal meeting and he was trying to tell me, hey Lila, talk please to Mr. Irene if he has now an opportunity to meet me that we can consult work to make the next start for this project and that we can be partners to have a successful business. And I hope that you can agree. Is it possible that I can send you over the sum?
So he would be looking to have a meet. We come to him. Is that correct?
Yes, he's looking forward to have a personal meeting with you in Italy, Milan. Because he doesn't finish it, actually not yet the project, the construction phase, and he's expecting clients from Austria and Switzerland, and they want to postpone the date for signing the contract by the government.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm obviously waiting for my son to be born before I can really make any travel arrangements. So what I'm going to do is let's leave this open. We are very interested in having this, and we're happy to come to Milan to discuss investment. But what I wouldn't like to do is I wouldn't like to give you a date and then that not work due to obviously I don't know what day the baby's coming. So yeah, as soon as I know that, I can then be like, yeah, brilliant. In 2 weeks' time, let's go. Unless you want to book this in, unless you want to book this in for like the end of April, because then I'll be able to do that no problem, and then we can pull it forward once we know.
Oh, okay, perfect. That means 8 of April for an appointment in Italy, Milan.
Yes, yeah. What probably easier if you drop me a WhatsApp and then we can stay in communication. We are very interested. It's just obviously the time. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate really. Thank you so much to come back to me very soon.
Yes.
And yeah, just waiting for your suggested date when you are able to fly to Milan so I can confirm and organize that with my client.
Awesome. That sounds really good. And I look forward to receiving a message from you on WhatsApp, even if you just drop hi, and then that opens the communication. Thank you, Lila, and I hope your daughter gets well soon. Bye bye. Wow. So that was a phone call with an investor that's in Milan, who's also from Switzerland. He likes our business model. He likes what we're doing. He's got multiples of millions available. He wants us to fly to him, which I'm happy to do because that's technically a business expense. Accountant, you're watching. We can then discuss what that investment looks like and what we're going to then go and purchase with that money. So let's see what happens.
So stressful few moments. Had a great day. showing our investor around and another potential investor who really liked what we was about, wants to go ahead, wants to have a look at the paperwork and get started, which is great, and come at a good time because had a message from the bank saying that the valuer that valued the property I intend to use for security to purchase the auction property had downvalued the property, downvalued it by a significant amount. He's used LHA rates for the rent, which is like £600 a room, and a lot of our rooms are going for around £1,000. So it's completely ridiculous, which means that there is a shortfall in what I have to complete on the property in auction. So I need to find more money. So yeah, very stressful. Hopefully this investor proceeds and we can use those funds. It'll be great. I have spoken to a friend as well and told him the situation, said that he's willing to lend some money on a short-term basis as well as a backup, so that's great. So I'm sure everything will be fine, but slightly frustrating and quite annoying that he downvalued the HMO so much. It doesn't matter hugely because that was purely for the bridging lender to then lend off of that property, but the other valuation that I had was for the refinance, and that valuer normally does all of our other properties, so he knows what rents we achieve. You know, he's valued the other properties, so he has those as comparable, and I'm sure that one will come out fine. And when I complete on that refinance in a couple of months time, I'll get all of that money back and everything will be paid off and stuff like that, so that will be fine. It was just the short term which was going to be the issue. Believe I've solved it, but just shows you that property can be a real roller coaster and throw some curveballs at you.
From Ohms Under the Hammer on YouTube. He's got to come out again because I met him at networking and he showed me some of the footage, and the footage is all like corrupted and it's just like blurry all over the place. So we need to re-record some of the clips. It's a little bit annoying, but these things happen. So I was like, let's come back here, let's do it on site, because obviously it looks amazing and looks better than networking hotel. Also, the guy that we took the holding fee on this actual room, you're not gonna believe this. So he was like the nicest guy you would ever met, and he was so like polite, please, thank you. And then we go through his financials and there's just no way for him to afford this room. We're like, where's all this money? And we're like, so how are you going to pay for this room? And he's like, oh, you know, I've got cash. Everyone pays me in cash and whatever. And Ellis was like, I was like, yeah, this is a bit weird. And then I started digging, started asking more information, and we're like, okay, no, that's it, done. It's not gonna work. I googled his name, and you're not gonna believe this. An article come up. He pretty much just got out of prison. He had stabbed some kid in the leg 5 times for taking his push bike, and it's like involved in massive gang war stuff. And when he was arrested, he admitted to drug dealing. So he was like, great, well that's why you've got all that cash then, isn't it? And you got no proof of income. Yeah, so strange because he was so like polite and thank you and everything else, but you always have to trust your gut and make sure you do your due diligence on these people.
So did you learn anything from by that?
What we learned from that was if someone's nice and says thank you and turns up in a suit and everything else, ignore all of the image, check the financials and go through everything with a fine tooth comb, because what you see and what he says might be completely different to what he actually does and who he hangs around with. What did you put in the cupboard, El?
My water bottle, and my lunch, which I said I'm not going to forget it this time, because every single time I put it in there I always forget it. Yeah, I say I'm not going to forget it this time, but at the same time I know that I'm going to forget it.
We'll get that next week then, yeah?
Yeah.
How did you allocate the cupboards to the rooms?
So some of the rooms have got kitchenettes in them with lots of cupboard spaces. So I think it's only fair to allow the ones with no cupboard spaces to have slightly more space. So that's how we've kind of done it. I mean, normally we would give more cupboard space to the people that pay more money, but in this case, the people that pay more money have lots of cupboard space in their bedrooms. So we're kind of doing it in a little bit of the reverse order, just to try and equal it all out, and so it's really fair.
Can you show me one?
So how's the labelling going?
It's going battery low. Oh, it's struggling, you can see it. So we're trying to print out all the labels so that we can allocate the cupboards to the individual rooms and obviously the fridge freezer space. And as always, the batteries are dying. So if you're in room 1, 2 and 3, you're gonna get a cupboard. Room 4 and the rest are not gonna.
So to just been labelling all of the cupboards, and thought I haven't checked my emails in a while. I've got a few things going on with solicitors, so I thought I'd better check them. I had an email come through, a bit of land that I've been trying to purchase for quite a while, over a year now. I've been trying to get an easement, and this bit of land's been on the back burner. The auction property, the surveyor had downvalued this property, which was going to use as security, which means I needed to find extra funds to purchase that auction property. I intended to use those funds to also purchase the land if it come up. Well, I would no longer be able to do that as I had a down valuation because I need extra money for the auction property. And after a year, I've now just been granted an easement, so I now need to purchase this bit of land as well. So now I need to find another £160,000 to purchase this land. Hopefully, I've got a refinance going on this anyway, so another valuation. That valuation should come in a lot higher as expected. And then once that's refinanced, I should be able to pull all the money out, cancel the loan on the auction, and use them funds as well to purchase the land. So fingers crossed.
The builder has called us because we've had the change in the plans. It means all of our plans where it shows where the plug sockets are, the lights are, everything has changed. So the electrician's on site tomorrow, and we need to get it all mapped out again. So I am just looking for a spray can, see if I can find something to mark up the walls in there and get some light as well. Oh yes, I found one. Oh, that's lovely. 8.9 square metres just in this area. So even if they deduct that, we're going to be over 9-10 square metres. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put the kitchenette across here. We're going to put the desk in this corner. Because we was thinking initially to put the desk over here by the door. And what the problem is when you come in the room, when this is finished and you're trying to take pictures of this room, when you come in, there's going to be a bloody chair just like right here. So what we're thinking instead is this gap is just under the depth we need for our furniture that we normally put in. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to build in a big, potentially, drawers along here, build drawers along the bottom, and then like a wardrobe, like a built-in wardrobe and drawers. So this room will have like a lovely space for all their clothes and stuff. That's 120. And then it's like 55 deep. It's like fancy working at night. Nearly got my tape measure ready. So we finished the layout of the room. Door's going to swing open this way into the room, so you can see all of the room when the door opens. We want a built-in wardrobe here, so no plug sockets inside, built-in wardrobe. And this is the stud work, use the thinner wood to come up, and then we can plasterboard the face of it and make doors out of MDF for the wardrobe. And we're thinking a double rail as well, so one lower down, one higher up, because then it doubles the wardrobe space. Radiator to be on the wall here, so it can heat the whole room. Light switch to be in the wall here. And then this is going to be where the mirror is. So whatever the gap is here, so whatever the light switch gap is and whatever this wardrobe gap is, the plug socket needs to be in the middle underneath. So the light switch is there, measure this gap out, and then plug socket's in the middle, so it's directly underneath the mirror. Then we come around to this side of the room. This is where the desk is going to be going, so we need a plug socket for the desk, an Ethernet point for the desk as well. And then this is going to be the kitchenette. Kitchenette is 120 centimeters wide. We need a plug socket in this left cupboard for the fridge, and then this plug socket will be on the wall up here. So 2 plug sockets there for everything. We're also going to put a shelf in. Exact height is not confirmed until we know the floor level and everything else. We're going to put a shelf in here. We'll need another plug socket to put a microwave up there, so there's more space on the kitchen. Then in here, what we're going to do is this is going to be the 81 centimeter finished inside. So when you build this out, we need 81 centimeters inside this, so that we can get the drawers to sit back into the eaves, make sure everything is double fireboarded and everything else. And then bedside table. We can get a full bedside table here, so that's going to be 45cm bedside table with a plug socket and light switch up here somewhere in the middle of these two lines, and then that's the bed over there. And then obviously naturally at the end of the bed, TV is going to go on the wall up here. So with the TV, make sure there's a TV aerial point please, and a plug socket, and then that's that. This room complete. Job a knock.
So now I've just had an easement granted on the plot of land that I'm purchasing. Just rerunning some numbers, looking at local comparables, making sure that the deal still stacks, because it's been quite some time since I last done the figures. I've been working on this deal for about a year now. And also I was sent an off-market deal by one of my friends. So I also want to check that out, converting it into a HMO, which is in our area as well. It looks like quite a big property, so it could be a 7, possibly even an 8-bedroom HMO, so that's quite exciting. Just making sure that it's worth going to view. And I've had a load of inquiries come through on an email for the auction purchase. So I just need to answer a load of questions for that too.
It appears that the previous owner has changed the locks on the property, so we can't actually get in.
I'm just trying to get all of my work finished. I was like, look, I've got someone coming straight away. Send me the £200, let's lock that room down, let's secure it off.
It was really good to get our story across and let everyone know what we're about, get that out there.